In this lecture, we'll see how we can consume the web API that we created in the previous lecture. So what we have done is we've created a simple form with one input type, text, and a submit button. So here you see the text box with this comment, that is, this is a simple comment. Clicking on the submit button will basically submit this to the web API. Now let's go to the code and see what exactly we have done over here. So in our course.cshtml, you can see we have this simple form created. All it's doing is having one text box with the ID txt comment and then a button with the ID btn submit. We also have one hidden field with the ID course ID having a dedicated value 1. So basically we are adding comments for course ID 1. Now in the layout.cshtml page at the bottom, you will notice that we are binding the click event of the submit button that we have over here in our course.cshtml. And clicking on that basically will do the following thing. We'll first of all fetch the course ID from the hidden field. We're preparing the web URL as per our route API/courses/course ID/comments. And once we have our web API URL up, we are then getting the comment from the input text txt comment. Finally, we are creating this object param.comment and assigning it to the comment. Then we are making use of jQuery's Ajax method to post the data. Here we have the URL as web API URL. Type will be post, so this is the HTTP verb that we are targeting. Data is being sent as a JSON data, so we are making use of json.stringify, and the content type is shown as application/JSON. Now if I run this one, you'll notice over here in the comments that we are sending the X requested with is XML HTTP request, which suggests that it is Ajax request, and then the content type, as you can see, is application/JSON, and this is the post data that is being sent comment. This is a sample comment. Now here in the comments controller, you can see the breakpoint has been hit and the course ID is set to 1 now, and the comment is coming as this is a sample comment. Now here first of all we are checking whether this course exists or not. So let's put a breakpoint over here. So clicking on next now, and here you can see the course obviously exists in our system, and then what we are doing is assigning the course ID over here to our object, and let's put a breakpoint over here, move this, go next. Now here you'll notice that we have our comment created properly now, and you'll notice we have comment, course ID, created date, and ID. Obviously you will notice that user identity.name is coming as null for now because we have not yet enabled this feature. So in the upcoming lectures we'll be covering this as well, where we'll be able to find out who is the logged in user and accordingly assign that one. But for now we have added it to the comments collection, and then all we need to do is call db.savechanges and finally return comment. So let's proceed now. Now here in our database, if I go ahead now and do the select of 1000 rows, you'll notice that the comment is inserted properly with the values that was sent from the browser. This is a sample comment with the course ID and created date. So that's how easy it is to consume a web API. And now if I go here to see the get one in action, you'll notice it is now returning the course comment that we have inserted. So here the ID of the comment itself, the course ID, created date, author. So we can use this one now and show it to the user.